This little thing right here has pretty much revolutionized how I care for my aquariums. It's really made my life so much easier, and today I'm going to talk about it and tell you where to get it. Hey fish friends, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. My name is Zenzo from Tazawa Tanks. Now, a lot of people are familiar with smart plugs, with smart devices. There's Google Home, there's Alexa, there's Ring, and all these different things that people can use to monitor their homes, to monitor their offices, connect their devices to. I have some of those devices as well. But one of those devices is something that I was not very familiar with and didn't realize how much of a game changer it was going to be until it was installed in my fish room, and I will never go back the other way. Now, what I'm talking about is a smart plug. This is the TP-Link, Casa TP-Link smart plug. Essentially, you would plug this into an outlet, you would connect it to Wi-Fi, you would connect it to your device, your phone, your tablet, whatever you want to use to control that plug. And then everything that's plugged into it is going to be able to be monitored and controlled completely on your device, whether that's your phone or your tablet or whatever it is that you connect it to. I have all of these plugs basically powering this entire room down here. So down here in this fish room, we've got 23 aquariums, and every one of the aquariums that has a light on it, so every tank down here has a light on it, they are all plugged into a Wi-Fi plug. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to completely control and set times on when I want the lights to be on, when I want them to be off. Totally programmable. Now, a lot of you might be familiar with, having your lights on timers. It's something that I've talked about for years. As long as I've been on YouTube, it's something that I've always talked about as an essential must-have in your aquarium, and that is to have your lights on a timer. So these are, some timers that you might be familiar with. This is just a normal plug-in, adjustable, kind of analog. You would push the tabs to set the time, kind of a thing, and then it just kind of spins around like a clock, and then it trips. And then you can kind of control these to go on and off. And they work pretty well, especially for the price. You can pick these up for $4 or $5 at a hardware store. And then you've got better ones that are digital and that are a little bit more programmable, and also have some different modes. But these Wi-Fi timers are totally different. Now, neither of these are something that you would be able to plug into your phone. So you can't control this with your phone. It basically is you set it and you leave it alone, and then every time that revolution goes around, it will trip and turn that device on or off, or multiple times. But if there's like a power outage or anything is interrupted as far as power, this gets thrown off whack, and you'd have to go back and reset it. With these smart outlets, you don't have to do that. You can actually, they'll just start back up on their own. You can also control them from your phone, etc. So very, very easy to deal with versus these things. A little bit more work initially, but once you have them set up, it's pretty easy. Now, I do want to mention timers. And why do we want to have a timer? We want to have a timer because it eliminates a lot of problems. It could eliminate forgetting to turn a light off or forgetting to turn a light on. So let's say you have plants in a tank and you want to make sure that the lights are on for a certain amount of time every day. It is important to provide that light for those plants, otherwise they will wither away and die. Or maybe you have tanks in a dark room, like down here. This room is completely blacked out. We don't have any windows down here. So I want to have some light source for the fish so that they know when it's daytime, when it's nighttime, etc. If I were to rely on myself to turn the lights on and off, I'm a human. I will make errors from time to time. I might forget to turn a light off, forget to turn them on, and that could cause algae issues. It could cause plant issues. It could cause fish to be in the dark all the time. So having a timer is very, very helpful. And also, when you're away, if you're gone for a week, you don't have to worry about someone turning a light on or off. It's automatic. Turns on at 10:30 a.m., turns off at 6 p.m., whatever it is. So that's why you want to use a timer. It's a very small investment for I think that has a pretty big impact. Now, I will put a link down below to talk about where to get these. These are I saw them on Amazon for like $9 a piece if you buy like a single. 2 packs are like $18 to $19, something like that. So pretty inexpensive if you think about it. So depending on how many tanks you have, you might have to get 1 or 4 or whatever it is. But and then you could also plug in multiple lights into the same plug. So let's say that you've got maybe like on this wall where I've got 4 tanks right here, I could plug this into an outlet. I could plug a power strip into this, smart Wi-Fi plug, and then I could have all of those lights into that power strip so that all 4 would be connected to this plug, which is kind of how I have it set up down here. I don't have 23 of these things down here. I've got maybe 4 or 5 down here in this room, and then I can just go around and control them. So, and then the other thing is, once you go into your phone or your tablet or whatever, and you program these, you can name them whatever you want. So as an example, down here I have one that's named like African mudskippers, one that's named Indian mudskippers, one that's named Solosai, one that's named Oscar. So then I know that controller that says Oscar controls that bank. The one that says Solosai controls this bank. The one that says African cichlids or African mudskippers controls that bank. So very, very easy to identify which plug does what. And then I have them upstairs as well. This one I actually borrowed from my Malawi tank. So this one is named Malawi, and then the other one is named Tanganyika. So I do have these all over. They are very, very easy to use once you do set them up. So you'll go ahead and you'll get the box, you'll plug it in, and you'll have to connect it to Wi-Fi. So just like any other device, when you get a new device, you'll have to connect it to your Wi-Fi and do that whole setup process. But then once it's on your phone or whatever, so easy to use, and I love this thing. So I just thought I would talk about it. I don't want to make a long video out of these, but if you guys are not familiar with these, I will put a link down below. You can see where you can get them on Amazon. If you're not in the US, I'm sure that you can find them, whatever country you are or something similar, but a very, very helpful tool to make your life a lot easier. Now here I'll give you kind of a quick demonstration of how this works. So I have my phone here. I've got all my lights listed by name. I also have a camera. I didn't mention the camera. I have a security camera in this room, and so the camera is actually the same brand, and that camera is on the same app as well, and it's a camera that I can actually talk through. So I can actually, if I'm upstairs in my office, which is 3 floors up, 3, 2, 1, yeah, something like that. It's on the 3rd floor. I'm down here at the basement level, and let's say that my daughter's down here because right now we're sheltering in place, so she might be down here doing a Zoom call because it's quiet in here and it's kind of cool to hang out with the fish. She might be sitting here. I can actually watch her from my office on my phone, and I can actually talk to her and say, hey, what's going on? You know, do you want lunch or something like that? So very, very handy. I did just want to add that. But so here's an example. I can control these. So let's say I want to turn these off for a moment. I can just hit that button and boom, just like that, they're off. Now I'm in the dark, so you probably can't see me very well. Also, the lights that are lighting me up are connected to the same strip. Turn it back on, boom, there we go. So it does have a lot of functionality. If I were to, let's see if we can do this one here. Now the light behind me is off. You can see this is the Oscar bank. So the Oscar cichlids, my Brashardi, these peacocks, they're on that bank, and then I can turn that back on, and then the lights will kick back on. So very, very handy. I do love it, and I think you'll love it too. Anyway, that's all I had for now. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below what your thoughts are on timers. Do you use these Wi-Fi plugs at all? Have you used them? What do you use them for besides aquariums? That would be interesting to read. Don't forget to share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.